Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Not Another Budget. I'm Nicole, and on this channel, I am trying to get out of debt by doing weekly cash budgeting. I've also got to get current on bills. I do a little bit of prepping, and there are some hauls coming down the pipeline, which you guys will be able to see very soon. And comment status update for those of you who are returning subscribers. After a 3-hour journey in the car each way yesterday, I think I finally caught up on comments. I think I found them all. I just need to go back and check. This is the second time I've tried to record this because the last one was interrupted by 2 heavy grade military aircraft, of which there's now another one coming, but I'm not going to restart, as well as 2 very loud freight trains. So something quite clearly is going on in the world because there's a lot of overhead traffic. So yeah, I'm interested to see what happens there when I finish filming this. Now, I know that this is halfway through the week. I've been busy. There's no other word for it. I've had family over from Australia, so we've had some days out. And then when I've been home, I've just needed I just needed some downtime and some recovery. But I have continued to budget, and this is my October week 2 budget, which I thought I would run through with you all just in the interest of transparency. I know it's the 13th, but this budget is running from the 10th to the 16th. Now, I'm going to take you through everything. This is just what I've planned. Obviously, there has been some spending that's done already, and I've actually had to redo this budget twice already because of some unexpected things that have happened, which I will tell you guys about. I keep if I pause for an excessive period of time, it's because I can't quite decipher whether there's another military aircraft going overhead or not, and whether I'm just gonna have to wait it out or not. So if that happens, that's why. Now, let me take you through my goals for this week. It's freelancing and invoicing, which is a standard one. It's getting some more things on Vinted, and it's organising my preps, and that is very much part of Organised October. Hopefully you guys have seen my ideal budget breakdown and analysing my income, and that has very much kind of informed how I'm structuring my budget for this week. Now, what I've done is I don't yet know what wages I'm going to get paid. I'll find that out tomorrow, but I have budgeted for the worst case scenario, which is £425, which is significantly lower than what I would be expecting. I'm aiming for freelance income of £100, and that's based on the fact that that's how much I should be averaging each week from when I took them on. I know I've got £20 that I can withdraw from my Vinted balance that is ready to go. I do have a larger amount that is pending, but obviously those things may not clear or get delivered in this week. And then Bank of Mum, which is the little fund that I have for my days out. Disclaimer, I have spent some of this already because I've obviously done my days out now, but you'll see that all in my end of week reconciliation. But I've put that in there anyway, and that's £53. And then one slight change was I actually received a universal credit payment of £49.51. Now, because I wasn't expecting this, and it's been months and months and months since I've actually received anything from them, this was actually paid straight into the account that had the £77 overdraft on it. Which is an unauthorised overdraft, so I can't actually pull this £49.51 out as an active, but it has therefore reduced that debt. As a freelancer, I had registered with Universal Credit back during the pandemic and sporadically received a payment from them depending on, what was going on within my working life. Many months not at all, and I've not received a payment from them since I think February of this year. So that's a nice surprise, and I think that was very much impacted by the fact that my working status has changed to obviously employed. So that was all. I went through and updated that, and just to make sure that everything was fully accurate reporting, because I didn't want to get into any form of trouble or anything with them. And I've obviously received a smaller wage. So I would maybe anticipate seeing something like this as just a one-off in November as well, because my October wages are going to be smaller. But that's going to get paid straight into that overdraft account. So actually that should clear that debt, which is great. But I've put that there because I can't spend it and it wasn't anticipated. So my estimated income for this week is £598 exactly. In terms of the bills I've got coming out, I've got my mobile phone bill, which is £825. This is probably the last month it's going to be that, because on the 15th of this week I will be able to look at upgrade options. There may actually not be anything appropriate for me to upgrade to, in which case I won't, and we'll go from there. My BT final balance is £36.73, and that completely brings that account up to current, so I'm going to pay that. I can't work out what's going on with my car insurance. I started with a new provider at the end of August, which you guys wouldn't have seen because that was prior to me starting budgeting. Don't worry, there wasn't any like cancellations of policies or anything involved. It was just the renewal came through and I had the option to try and get that monthly bill down by going elsewhere. So I paid the first month, thought I'd set up the payment date for the 28th, which is, you know, the day after a payday, and I've still not had it taken. So I'm going to continue to budget it in on a weekly basis until it actually gets taken. I've gone through all of my policy documents and I just can't see anywhere where it's going to be. So I don't know. I did pay a higher than normal monthly amount, so maybe that's why. And then I've seen that my pet plan, again, is due out this week for £10 as well. So I've put it in there, but it's showing as a pending direct debit out, and I don't know why, but I've budgeted that in just in case. So that brings my total expected bills to £124.98. My rent is due out next Monday, which is the 17th, so I'm going to make sure that's on that budget there, unless by some miracle I get significantly more than the 425, but my reasonable brain is going, I doubt it. So that leaves me £473.02. So let's see what I'm doing with my flexible money. Bank of Mum is £53. Obviously that covers that day out. There is a little bit of change left over from that, but that it's all in coins and stuff, so that'll be part of a savings challenge kind of cash stuffing thing I'll do at the end of the week. Fuel is £15, coffee is 10, and then spending, I'm going to put it in spending in as a line item each week, and then I will make an assessment based on whether I actually want to spend anything or whether it is affordable for me to do so or not. But I want to try and get into the habit of having it there as a line item, if nothing else. And that's £30 and that's £108 altogether. Now, I have had to redo this section here because I actually received from my energy company a £50 Tesco voucher. Which was very lovely. I had contacted them because there was a financial assistance program. Do excuse me. And just inquired about what support there was available. Obviously, there's arrears on the account, and I'm not paying anything, so it was part of a wider conversation about how actually does this account become manageable for me and affordable for me, and that conversation is still ongoing. But they offered a £50 supermarket voucher in the meantime. I can only spend it on store, so I couldn't spend it online. And then what I did was I put it towards things like cat food, a little bit of my food, toiletries. I put it towards some preps, and then I also started off a Christmas cupboard as well. I didn't need to do a full weekly shop with it. I wanted to just go out and get it like done in one hit. So I decided to split it across multiple little categories that would normally just like chunk my budget down further. So that is why there's nothing else appearing in this category for now, and then that's my total flexible spending of £108 altogether, which leaves me in theory £365.02 left over, which is going to be rolled ahead to next week to cover my rent. So that's why that is there. And then in terms of extra debt, I've just put the overdraft, which is that £49.51 section up there. So that is very much what's going on with the budget this week. And like I said, I have spent some things have come out of my account. That were a bit unexpected, like the pet plan thing, which I'll round up. It's pending to go out today actually, so we'll see if it actually gets taken or not. And again, the mobile phone as well. So what I will do is just leave this one as quite a short video, but what I'll quickly do now is just go to a completely new page. And then we're just going to do a section called, while I've got you here, it hasn't got a fine tip. Okay, debt payments. I want to put to date, but I can't because there's no space. So in terms of debt payments, we've got my overdraft. which has received £49.51, and then BT so far has received £110. And I'm just going to put debt payments, and we're just going to go October. And what I'm going to do is just going to keep adding to this as a total list and see how we get on. I have also set up an arrangement with Credit Spring, and they are getting £10 per month from the 9th of November. And that's to stop that account going any further in terms of interests or issues and things. So we're going to go and do that. Now, I've got quite a lot of freelancing work to do. I need to like get back on Vinted because people are still buying. I know I myself buy from Vinted, so I think more people are gravitating towards it because you do have the option to get clothing for cheaper from there. And obviously when people's incomes are squeezed, some people will still need to buy clothes for either work or weight loss or things like that, or seasonal changes. And, you know, I'm a huge proponent in secondhand clothing. I think that everyone should do it. Obviously, it's quite nice to treat yourself to like a new bag or a new pair of shoes or something, or a nice new coat every now and then, but only as like a treat, I personally think. You know, obviously socks and underwear, stuff like that, your basics. But most of my clothes actually come secondhand from Vinted, so I'm going to jump back on that train and get that going today. I had a really, really lovely, and it was a genuinely lovely day at Warner Brothers Studios yesterday, and there's something for both my little cousins. I am technically old enough to be their mother, and there was just something about seeing that magic through their eyes for the first time, and it was just a really lovely but incredibly long day. Like I said, a 3-hour drive to get down there from where I am, and then a 3-hour drive back, and I think we were there for like 8 hours as well, so we definitely did it. I think we spent an hour in the gift shop, but I was quite lucky, and my parents got a couple of things for Christmas presents for me, just a couple of mugs and some magnets and things, nothing too excessive, so therefore that eased the burden on the Bank of Mum change, because I want to re-top up the savings challenges that I obviously drained in September. So I have got a bit of more filming to do, so I'm going to leave this here for now, because I've got a Happy Mail haul to film. I want to film the little bit of a preps haul that I did. I want to show you how I'm starting my Christmas cupboard and stuff. So yeah, it feels really good to like know that October's come. I've like my income, I'm working on the worst case scenario, but actually I'm still able to like chunk down the debt and really get that started. So yeah, and you know what, actually, having that little bit of money that had been pre-set aside made me feel not guilty at all about spending where I've spent. And, you know, I've used some of that money. I've like gotten things for Christmas for other people. I've treated myself to a couple of things. Like I got myself like a really fancy chutney for my Christmas cupboard. But actually it felt really nice to have like that guilt-free spending, because I'd already pre-allocated it out and I wasn't worried about it. And there's something to be said for that. And that was just really lovely. And even when I was like shopping around with my family and spending that money, I didn't feel like I was kind of, and no one's judging me at all in my family, but I didn't feel like I was being judged for doing this when I'm obviously not great with money at the minute. So that was really, really nice. But anyway, after that little sideway, which I don't know why it was there, but you know, you guys should be used to me by now. There's loads of tangents. Thank you so much for subscribing, for commenting, for liking, for engaging. I've been really quiet on Instagram for the past few days, and that's just because I wanted to be present with family. But I'll be back on that very, very soon. And yeah, just thank you so much. The growth and the support you guys have shown the channel really does mean an awful lot. So thank you very much. But now I'm going to love you and leave you, because I have another video to film, and I will catch up with you next time. Bye bye.